message I was getting sounded like it might have been about relational things. I won't say collaborations, but I just want to make 100% sure that I am running here. Oh yes, I am. Okay, great. So the first thing that Spirit said that I questioned was, "You really got me now." Like that song, "Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing now." And I heard it just like that. "Well, you really got me now." And then I said, well, is this a message about someone really got you? Like they captured you, or they got you where they wanted you? And no. It was clarified that now someone really gets you. So it's not so much they got you, right? But they get you now. They get you. So it seems like what I'm picking up on is that you tried to get someone to understand something. They weren't ready to understand it, but they get you now, which kind of feels as though it means that maybe they had to struggle a little. Maybe they went through something. Maybe someone in your life, you tried to bring their awareness to something or enlighten them about something, and they weren't getting it from you as a source. Okay, so therein lies a little sub message, and basically it's like, why didn't they accept your teaching? Why didn't they accept you? Why didn't they accept you as the source? Well, the short answer to that is most likely that they didn't deem you worthy at the time to have the information to provide it to them. I like to call that snobbery, or, you know, just seeing yourself as more important than the other person. I love when you go live and people like message you and everything. Hi everybody. So yeah, they didn't get you, but now they get you. Now I wonder, will these people who didn't think that you were the right source to get trustworthy information, will they let you know? Will they be humble? Will they be open? Will they actually admit that they now understand what you were trying to teach them? I don't know. I'm not feeling, yes, I'm feeling really neutral about that. Like, Spirit wants you to know that you're finally being heard and understood, and sort of, I want to use the word legitimized, although, like, you don't need somebody else to legitimize you. I'm having trouble with my sunroof. It's weird. Did that work? Oh, finally. Good grief. That was noisy, huh? Let's make it more noisy with the air conditioner. That way I can stay cool. 96 degrees, guys, in Rhode Island. I'm heading home to Connecticut now, and it's usually a lot cooler because we live in a really nice little valley that's a lot cooler than the city. Probably something some people don't ever about, like how much cooler the environment is when you get away from the city life. So, back to the general message. Somebody gets you now. Somebody understands your position now. Somebody understands something you were trying to show them, demonstrate to them, teach them, inform them about, help them understand. Somebody I can't say values. I don't know how they feel about this information. Like, I don't know where they stand on it. How's that? I don't know where they stand on it. But someone fairly significant in your life now gets. I keep repeating it because it's like, I want you to just sit here with me and like really be in that moment. Like, someone gets you. Here's how I would take it for me personally. I would say that would be a really powerful thing for me to hear someone tell me, because I feel I've been misunderstood often, a lot. Probably my own fault, but it doesn't really matter. There really is no fault or right or wrong to it. They're all just lessons, right? But like the first thing that I thought of that came to my mind is like thinking of people who in the past have either walked away from me and not understood why I was acting how I was acting, or not understood why I was in a situation, or just didn't want to hear it. Someone didn't want to hear it, they walked away, you know, and that person was significant enough that them now getting it would be like a relief for me, even if they don't tell me. But if I found out and I knew it, would be a relief to me. So maybe you're in that situation. I have a lot of friends just friends in general, people I know, who would receive this message and be like, okay, yeah, that's a really good feeling of closure. If it's true, then I can really sit with that and have some peace of mind. Whatever you need to give yourself closure is really, really important. Having these open wounds from before meaning any time that is earlier than right now, today. That's before. If you've got any kind of feelings from before, let them go. Even if they're good feelings, just let them go. So, it's so weird. I keep getting these like Facebook Messenger messages that are about like something that I inquired about on Marketplace once upon a time, and I will just tell you, it's been 1,000+ years since I freaking talked to anybody on Marketplace. So like, why are these things popping up right now? It's super annoying. But what else are we getting here? Somebody gets you now, and so you get peace, you get closure, you get to live now. You know, I guess the message in that is, don't hold yourself back because of whatever may have happened in the past, or feelings you had about it, or negative thoughts about yourself based on somebody else's view of you. Like, oh, this boss didn't believe in me, so now no bosses will ever believe in me and I'm just not good enough. Like, if you really believed something bad about yourself, then I feel like this is a correction. This is a message to correct your thinking. Like, stop doing that. Don't say you're less than. Don't say you're not good enough. Don't believe the version of you that someone else saw once upon a time before. Believe the version of yourself that you see right now. Like, if you woke up this morning and had very, very different worldviews, no idea why I'm saying this. Say you woke up this morning and yesterday you were a diehard Democrat. I don't know if we're talking about politics. So I'm so politically neutral that this means nothing to me. These are just words. You went to bed a diehard Republican and you woke up a Democrat, or vice versa. Again, I have no preferences here. I'm a Democrat. But whatever. So you woke up and you were like, you had a very different worldview. Very, very different worldview. And It didn't even seem strange to you, really, that you just woke up and you were sure, because you know that inside of yourself, this change has been there kind of softly, and then with more form, and then one day it was just fully integrated inside of you. So you woke up and you just felt differently. You woke up and said, I don't want to be married anymore. Or you woke up and you said, I don't want to work here anymore. Or you woke up and you said, I want to get married. And you did. Or you woke up and you said, I don't know, anything along these lines. Like big stuff, not just small things. It could be, changing your hair color, changing your style, revamping your wardrobe. You can plug it in wherever it feels right for you. But the fact that it happened at all is the real important piece here. You had a change of heart. It looks to the outside world a little bit abrupt. It looks sudden, but you are letting your soul guide you. And it isn't sudden. You've actually thought about it on some level, softly, then with more form, and then finally it was just something you knew had to be done. And I feel like that is significant for somebody. I can definitely relate to that. I had a moment recently that was like that, and I can't really describe what changed. It was something sort of like just personal inside of me, just my approach to things or how I'm going to feel about things. Like I decided in advance how I'm going to feel about things. I mean, that sounds a little strange, right? Because aren't feelings fleeting and temporary and all that jazz? They arrive as quickly as you can imagine and they go away as well. But no, I decided how I was going to feel. I'll explain. I decided how I'm going to feel when people constantly interrupt the work I'm doing. I decided how I'm going to respond when people constantly interrupt the work I'm doing. I decided how I'm going to feel when someone I care about, whose opinion I care about, forgets something I told them, or about a date we had, or an important event coming up, or they didn't really acknowledge me in a certain kind of way. I'm going to just decide in advance how to feel about it. It goes like this. I sit with the idea of whatever is going to happen. I picture the worst case scenario I can imagine. I let it bother me. And I continue to sit with it, and I ask me, is it hurting me in any way? Like, am I hurt by this physically? Am I dying? Am I injured? Is it going to, cause me pain and suffering or loss? Or can I just accept that my view on something is different than this person's view on something? So it's kind of like emotions before the emotions feel too much. Because when emotions feel like too much, that's when the judgment gets clouded. And clouded judgment is the devil's playground. I don't know why I'm using that language, but I feel like there's some power that we lose when we're in that space. That's why I'm calling it the devil's playground. It's like in this space of chaos against humanity, in this matrix we call life on Earth. Notice I didn't use quotes on Earth because Earth is actually real. She is a living entity, Terra. So here on Terra, we all exist in this matrix. The matrix is all programming, and things are going to go how they're going to go, but you get to decide, you human, get to decide how you feel, and guess what? Your feelings have power. Magic power. Your feelings have power. They're valuable. That is why the matrix, the devil's playground, likes to create the chaotic moments. And it happens every time for me. Every time. every time something can go wrong, it does. It just does. And so I've had to start to look at these experiences and know they're, and just say, okay, how am I going to feel about it when it comes? How am I going to feel about it when the computer in APC 702 on conference day, which is Thursdays, that's today for those following along at home, doesn't work properly? Unexpectedly. It's expected. It doesn't work properly as we assume it will not, because things always go wrong in this arena. Why? Like, it's getting to the point where it's so dumb and boring that once I take the power away from it, I'm hoping that the Matrix will just give up. Like, okay, Matrix, please take note. I'm going to be here for the duration of these experiences, these moments, and I'm going to stabilize this moment. And you can't have it. You know? I'm going to stabilize this moment, and you can't have this moment. It's not yours. It's mine. I'm going to say it again just because it sounds so great. Hey, Matrix, I'm going to be in this moment, in this Thursday conference room moment, and I'm going to control this moment. You're not going to upset me. So since you can't upset me, there's no power here. Your powers are no good here. Be gone. So mote it be. Let's see how that worked. We just cast a little spell together on the conference room APC 702 computer. But I digress. Is that start to take careful note of it. Maybe a little notebook. Call it the Gone Wrong Notebook. I don't know, but there's this show. I don't really like the show, but I like the idea of the show. It's called the Goes Wrong Show or something like that, and it's like this whole cast of characters, similar to like a Saturday Night Live thing. They attempt to put on a show, but they know they're going to be continuously interrupted by things going wrong. I love the idea of this show. The show itself is meh, but the idea of this show is really, really smart. And you can apply it to this situation. Start to anticipate people treating you badly. Anticipate them not understanding you. Anticipate them, things, not just people, anticipate things just not working the way you want to. Don't worry about it being a Mercury retrograde occurrence or not, because we're past that now. Now it's just a funny, Mercury in retrograde is of little consequence here forward. Mercury in retrograde just became your everyday existence because the Matrix is picking up speed. It's just picking up so much speed that you're going to always be in a constant state of this. So the sooner you adapt to it, the happier you can start to feel. And the happier you feel, the more blessings you're going to bring into your life. If you don't like the word blessings, because I don't really like the word blessings, although it rolls out of my mouth often enough, you're going to be rewarded. You will be rewarded by having what it is you need / want. Just control your emotions. That's the whole key. And don't just control them in the moment. Don't even let the devil get a foothold. Why am I saying devil? It's just an easier way for me to explain it to you. Don't let the negative forces win. Like, don't let them win. And this isn't just some happy horse shit, hey, you know, whatever. No, I literally mean it. You're in a video game simulation. You're player one, and you're gonna die and come back and die and come back and die and come back, and you're gonna keep on playing the game. But your avatar doesn't know that it's gonna die and come back and die and come back and die and come back and keep playing a game. The avatar doesn't know. You are the avatar. I'm now telling you. Now you're an informed avatar. Now you can do what they figured out in that remake of the Jumanji movie, the one with Jack Black and The Rock. I love that movie so much. When they figure out that they can like die off in the game and then plop back down and keep going and keep trying, then it's like, okay, maybe it sucks to get killed in the game for a second, but I'm going to reappear and I'm going to keep going. And if you start living your life that way, you'll notice very quickly that certain things won't bother you anymore. Think about that, you know? Okay, what else? They're saying take the long way home. It's weird. I mean, I feel like I'm getting messages in music because that's like a song by The Who or something. Take the long way home. I don't know if it's The Who. Don't quote me on it. It's 96 degrees, so I'm opening my windows, guys. If you have trouble hearing me, keep in mind you can use the transcript underneath the video, and you can read the transcript, and that will help you to understand the message. Take the long way home. I love that idea because part of what I love about living so far away from Providence is that I get to take the long way home, and it helps me to quiet my really active mind, kind of get my bearings and like recharge my batteries. I can listen to music or listen to a video or podcast. Or as of late, I get these channeled messages and then I just hit record and we just have a little chat. Us. So take the long way home. What that means to me is using this time and extending the time, right? Like, I'm not just using my drive home to sort of recalibrate. I'm making my ride home as long as possible to have plenty of time to recalibrate. No need to rush off to the very next thing. If you, the smell of honeysuckle. God, I love the country. You know, if you rely on that time, as I do, you will extend it or make it quality, or maybe it will just start to feel longer. Like, wow, I had so much time to process all of the things. You know, and you can start to use those drives into work, even if they are short. Even if it's a 10 or 15 minute drive, that's still a good amount of time. I would recommend in the morning, set your intentions in that space, like, I'm going into my workplace. I'm really great at my job, and I'm going to, don't be too specific. Don't go through a to-do list in your mind. Just reaffirm what you're going to be like today. I'm going to be proactive when problems come my way. I anticipate I'm going to see more of the same issues with the Qgenda call center. I know it's Thursday, so I'm likely going to encounter some tech issues. Wear your comfortable clothes on Thursday. Know what you're doing. Know what's going to come at you. This isn't just good adulting advice. This is good spiritual practice, guys. Not spiritual practice because I should be a better spiritual person, but because you are a spirit in a physical body having an experience in this matrix, and if you want to win the game, and the end of this game is coming, guys, not to scare you, but the end of this game is imminent. If you want to win this game, you need to master it. Do not get stuck in this game. You need to master it. You're going to master it by setting your intent in the morning of how you're going to handle the things you know are coming. You know. You know that one coworker is going to treat you weird. You know your significant other is going to do something stupid that's going to annoy you. You know your kids are going to throw a wrench in your plan, and you're going to have to think on your feet. You know that something is going to come your way that you weren't expecting, and you're going to have to decide where your priorities lie. And it may not be a comfortable decision, and it may not be what you normally decide. You may be the type of person to say, well, no matter what happens in my home life or my personal life, I'm going to show up at work 100%. That's my commitment. And if anything happens, at home or in my personal life, I will contact a sibling or contact a child or contact a spouse, and they will handle it. And maybe now you're going to say, well, I'm 100% committed to being in my environment at work, but if something arises at home, I'm also going to be present. I'm going to handle it myself. I'm going to practice not treating my life like it's an interruption, but rather my life, my choice. I have a mentor who models this and probably doesn't even know that they are modeling it to me all the time, and have been for years now. Modeling a work-life balance which does the talking for them. They don't say things I say, which is, I'm really tired, guys. I'm really overwhelmed, guys. I'm really feeling pressure, guys. I need everybody to back off. I need people to give me some space. I need. See, I hear myself saying this, and I'm like, no. I'm not going to be continuing to be, I need. I'm going to change that to, I'm showing up. Whatever is needed is where I'm showing up. Everybody and everything around it is going to adjust, but I am showing up. When there's a problem, ABC 702 computer's not working and it's conference day, I'm showing up. I'm not going to go run and hide. I'm not going to feel annoyed. I'm not going to be cranky and miserable. I'm not going to act like it interfered with my day. I'm going to show up because I knew the problem existed and could potentially be a problem for the people I care about, so I'm showing up. I know that my teenage son, he's not even a kid anymore, but I guess he's still a teenager, may from time to time get himself into a situation and need some assistance from his mother. I'm showing up. That might not come at the most convenient time. It might happen in the middle of the night or the middle of a work day. It may happen during a day when I'm busy at work and I have competing priorities. But you know what? I'm still showing up. I'm going to empower other people to show up for themselves as well. Okay, this computer is not starting. My plan was to be here and support whatever needed to be done here, but now I have this other competing priority that I also need to show up for. How do I get the resources and support needed for this situation, or possibly for that other situation? But my emotion will not raise higher or lower based on this situation. I'm going to already know how I will be responding emotionally to it. There's another piece to this, guys. It can't be that you show up unemotionally. Showing up in a checked out fashion is not showing up. Being there, being annoyed but hanging in there, is not being present. You'll know that you're being present when other people around you are able to acknowledge to you that they know that you see them. They know that you are here with them. They know you are trying to help. You don't ever have to explain to anybody that you're there or that you're there to help. they will know. They will know. And you will start to have an experience, which I've started to have, where people around you start to take a moment of their time to tell you about the impact you're having in their life. Hey, I notice how you showed up for me. Thank you. Hey, I see how hard you're working. I really want to help you with that project. Okay, cool. Hey, I know you've been grinding a long time to get a project done or a task completed or hit a personal goal. I see you. I'm proud of you. I'm excited for you. I'm cheerleading your successes. Today alone, I heard it so many times from so many different people. You want to know why? Because I showed up. In some cases, I showed up on a phone call. Others, it was an email. Others, it was actually in person. But I showed up and I was present for people. Now, last week I did those things too. Same energy, same lightness of spirit, same no expectations, same I know how I'm going to emotionally respond. And I felt like there were times when I was showing up and I was giving a person space, but they didn't want it. They didn't want my space. They didn't care. That's okay. If you're a spiritual person who's listening to this, it's okay if that person didn't understand that you gave them space and they didn't use it and they didn't seem to need it, even if you believed that they needed it. I'll give you more information here. I sometimes engage people in conversation when I think they need me for something and just don't know it. Because I feel it. I feel they need me. And I'm like, okay, I might reach out to them, or I might just physically, maybe if I run into them, I'll take a moment and I'll try to engage in conversation. And if the conversation doesn't pick up or they're not really showing an interest, then I gauge that situation, like maybe they're not self-aware yet. Maybe they don't know that they need something. That's fine. Maybe they need something but they haven't figured out how to be okay with getting help. That's okay. Maybe they just don't want my help because they perceive me a certain way. I did have a member of the faculty where I work recently say to me, okay, listen, I'm married. I don't need a mom. I've got a wife and I've got a mother and I'm grown. And they were being playful. It wasn't like they were scolding me, but it demonstrated to me, even if it was subtle and even if they didn't really mean it, like they didn't need me, but it showed me that I'm not needed there right now. My presence in that situation is not needed, and I don't take it personally. I don't. I had another faculty member express some stress over something and then call back to apologize just in case they were too rough with me. And I truly meant it when I said to this person, you don't need to apologize to me. I actually understand very well. And if you need a safe place to feel frustrated, call again. Call anytime, because I could recognize the value. And all I really wanted to do was just be present so that whatever they needed was able to be healed. You know, sometimes people just need another person to say, yeah, this doesn't make sense, does it? Or this might not be the most efficient course of business, so maybe we should fix this. And have someone agree. Yes, I agree. I see it. I see what you're saying. I see your perspective. So, any other messages? They're saying the grass is green, go stand in it. I feel like there's something about nature communicating directly to your nervous system via your bare feet, your hands, and or your body touching the earth in some way, sitting on a beach, being in the water, walking in a field, hiking in a mountain, leaning against a tree, reading a book. In whatever way, finding some grounding. Doing some gardening is a good way to do it. And if you're not sure how to get started with this, because there was a time I was a little unsure. Like when I lived in Warwick, I didn't have, not when I lived in Warwick like the whole time. I had a house and land. But when I got divorced, I moved into an apartment. I didn't have a yard anymore. I would have to make a special trip to go somewhere to like put my feet on some grass. And now I have a place to do that. And I had to make changes, guys. It was hard. It was a struggle, and it was really stressful. I've had to make a lot of changes in a short time, and they have been very stressful. But with each maneuver, I lined myself up with a value, and I gave it it's just due. I gave it the run of energy. So you've got to learn how to commune with nature if you're not ready, Terra, the earth, because you're in a matrix. So you got to bring yourself back down, touch the planet, make sure that you are connected to her, and also to your cosmic higher self. Okay, like kind of like a straight line going up and through the matrix, and it's almost like let's find the tiniest pinholes in both poles, north and south, anchor ourselves into the earth, and then stretch high for the sky if you want, outer space if it's more popular for you, whatever you like. But essentially lining up that energy chakra line and doing some good grounding. For me, the best way to meditate is either to do some Qigong or Tai Chi movements on grass, particularly at sunset would be strongly advised, or sunrise, or both, particularly right directly on grass, dirt, or the beach, sand, something like that. Or even doing it in a swimming pool or a natural water pool. Okay, so I think you're starting to understand. And you can do some research about grounding techniques. I think it would be a good place to start. Now, keep in mind, guys, first of all, I'm Lilac, in case you didn't know. And thank you for tuning into this channeled reading. I'm going to end it now. It was a full channeling for the most part, so I don't even know really what I talked about. But I'll go back and I'll listen to it. I won't be able to edit it, not that it matters. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos, and feel free to hit like, share the videos, comment would be nice after the live, because I'll lose all these nice messages I've got going on. So before I end my live, let me take a look at them. I don't know what the little... They're cute little messages. Okay, well, nice to meet you guys. Oh, my cat. Hi, Max. I'm gonna go feed him. He's my little buddy. All right, namaste. Many, many blessings to you, and I hope, and I look forward to reading your comments below.